Hello. I am emerged as well. What's up? Looks like my mouse is working again, so that's nice. That's nice of it. How are we this evening? 4 a.m. lab. Oh no. I assume you work in a lab. This is why I could never be in STEM. I'm thinking about getting another master's, but I'm going to try and avoid labs as much as I possibly can. God, it is roasty toasty here. Oh my god, so hot. It was so cold like 3 days ago. I got so used to not having any weather at all. An exchange of Guinness and gossip. There truly is nothing better. Oh boy. Oh god. This is like it's a really great preview to Texas summers that I mean, you know, like I said, I just got so used to not having any weather at all that like having all this very clear and present weather is really upsetting and disorienting me. And we got a taste today of the kind of heat that like in the middle of summer it like it's so hot it's just depressing, you know. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and continue. For all two of us that are here. More will show up later. What would I rate this out of 10? Oh, Tennessee. Oh, y'all got like a bunch of rain dumped on you last week too, right? I hope you and yours are all safe. It sounded like it was pretty gnarly for a while. Out of 10, I rate this a 9. I mean it's hard because this game is doing a lot aesthetically and mechanically that are sort of unusual. It's so literary, but I think that it pulls that off really well. It's easy. It's a different approach to immersion, I guess, is one way of putting it. Where it's like, man, it's like one of the things that's so horrible about the film industry as it exists right now, and the entertainment industry as a whole. Like I've been watching a bunch of Jenny Nicholson videos lately. She's one of my comfort channels, and watching Jenny Nicholson videos, especially like recent videos. You know, I mean, as recent as you get with Jenny Nicholson, like the one she did of Evermore and the one she did of the Star Wars Hotel, like the things that those things having those theme parks, I guess. One is a theme park, the other was an attraction at a theme park, I suppose, technically. But the commonality between them is that they're like, both of them are just obsessed with immersion, you know, that like it's the peak, that like the best we can hope for, the next step, next natural step in the evolution of entertainment is going to a theme park where you don't even know it's a theme park, you know, and you're just like, you know, you're like the main character of reality, and it's and that's like, that's dumb, you know, like that's just like, to me it reveals such a fundamental misunderstanding of what a story is and what you would actually logistically have to manage in order to make a theme park attendee actually feel like the main character of reality, because that's not how life works. That's not even how life works if you really curate and manage the location they're in, because that's not how people aren't going to react to you that way. There are other people in the room with you. You know, so it's just like, it really is an impossibility to make people feel like the hero of Star Wars. That's not what we go to theme parks for. That's what we watch movies for. You know, I feel like people theme park are not knowing it's a theme park sounds like Black Mirror. I mean, it's Westworld. You know, that's basically what Westworld is. Like, you really would have to set up a Westworld type, you know, type construction. And if that's the case, and Jenny, you know, goes down the implications of that really, really well in the Evermore video, where like you're putting the performers in a really uncomfortable and pretty dangerous position if you're encouraging attendees to interact with them as if they are the main character of the set. You know, like, that's not a good thing to do, and it's not made any better if those you know, if those actors are AI. You know, it's still exploitation. It's you know, it's like last time on stream I was talking about Elon Musk's stupid, you know, just another forecast of his company that he put forth that isn't going to happen, which is the you know, the creation of like a fleet of consumer robots of you know, like iRobot, you know, just like the sort of sci-fi ideal of what we consider like a robot servant or whatever, robot butler, and how that kind of dovetails with Curtis Yarvin's idea of like finding a humane alternative to genocide. Like what Elon is doing there is trying to find a humane alternative to slavery, with like completely misunderstanding that like the problem with that like suffering is a problem with slavery, but it's not just that slaves get a bad end of that deal. It's that slave owners get like, you know, shrifted to. It's an unnatural structure of human relationships, you know, and it fucks up your soul, you know, it warps you. It's like slavery is immoral, not just because of its effects, but because of, you know, what it does to the participants. And I don't know. So anyway, all this is to say is that, like, I think there are, like, the industry has been really, really neglecting the kinds of immersion that have nothing to do with your physical sensualization, I guess, you know what I mean? Where it's like, this game is immersive because it is literary, because it's sort of like cloaked in all this dialogue and all this, like, it's extremely metaphorical, and that's not a failure. You know, like, that's not for want of better technology to realize what this story is doing. Like, this story is being told in exactly the way it needs to be told. So there's a leak of a canceled game from the same studio as spin-off about Kuno. Sick. I hope they find another buyer for that, or another producer, whatever. Hardcore. Do you ever feel the frustration of talking to people around you about environmental problems and you lost them completely, like pulling teeth to make them care about something other than themselves? No, I haven't talked to anybody that necessarily disagrees with me about environmental problems recently. I'm sure I will, because I live in Texas now, but I mean, I find it, I think the approach to that kind of thing, it's honestly, it's the same approach that I think the Democratic Party should take about all sorts of things, which is that you can't make environmental issues and the solutions to them feel like a punishment or a moral issue. It is a moral issue, but that's not what people respond to. People respond to like one that really gets me, that really, really depresses me when I think about it too hard, is how climate change and environmental issues are just like the perfect materialization of Marx's, you know, sort of founding principle that capitalism is first and foremost the removal of people's ability to take care of themselves, you know. Like, I literally can't think of a bigger, more cosmic version of that than literally making it impossible for people to feed themselves without, you know, the generosity of the state, you know. Like, it's very, very possible, unless we get a handle on climate change. And I'm still fairly optimistic about it. I think we will. I think that, like, this is a really horrible time for climate issues and environmental issues, but I think it will pass. And I think that a lot of renewables of all kinds, renewable energy, renewable farming practices, like these are all, like, progress in those technologies is happening regardless of what Trump does or of what the fascists around the globe are trying to do. Like, it's a tantrum, you know. Like, you can't stop the forward march of progress, you know. But, like, in the worst case scenario, it's very possible that, like, people won't be able to just, you know, kind of grow food in their backyard because it will just be like an unreliable climate, and the only way that people would have access to food is, like, you know, out of ultra climate controlled factory farms that just get more and more esoteric and more removed from, like, that. Oh my god, like, I literally can't think of a better encapsulation of the idea that capitalism removes the means of production from the proletariat than that. So, like, that's I don't know, that's my approach. That, like, no, this is like stealing something from you, you know. Like, they're trying to put ads in the sky, robbing you of the goddamn stars, you know. That can't be. Like, we can't be treating the natural world as something that's separate from us, and that goes for you know, environmental advocates too. We are a part of nature. It's not something that's, you know, just sort of optional or nice to have, or something that we have really very much control over, you know. And we need, in order to respect it in the way that we need to, in order to fix what needs to be fixed, we need to consider it a part of ourselves, and consider respect for the environment akin to respect for ourselves. If we're not respecting the natural world, we're not respecting ourselves. I don't know. I'm sure others have said it somewhat better than that, but you get what I mean. I feel like I haven't. Okay, here's the kids. Oh yeah, the little girls in there. What's this? Oh, trash. Yippee. Will the musk robots be allowed to cockfight? I hope so.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
The boat is there already? Oh god, what does that mean? What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware.
Bus stop.
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
I just received news that a friend of mine is building a Roomba with a 3D printed claymore attached. Terrific. What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade.
Whoa.
There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
Dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
Poor doggy.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Okay. This is the end of the map, I think so. What have I to do today? Oh yes. The fisher folk. Walk down the coast until you find a little fishing village. Ask around. The locals must have seen her. Okay, let's do it. I don't know where the relevant coast is, so we're just gonna hug the wall until we get where we need to go. Good. You were in the fishing village? Okay. I will go back. Did you guys see that some scientists in, I think, Stockholm invented some kind of device or chemical or some such thing that that breaks down PFAS chemicals? That's kind of sick. Like, that's what I'm talking about, you know? Like, shit will keep happening. Science ain't just gonna stop. Because the US isn't the only place in the world. Pants! +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. What does that do? Is that even a... There is no such thing as Kingdom of... That's... Okay, so that's not a... That's not a character trait. What is it? Moralist pants. I see. Tailored trousers in light brown, modern in every aspect. They're absolutely unremarkable. In other words, perfect. Yeah. No, these are coming right off. Kingdom of Conscience. Oh, is that a thought? Or some such... Fuck it. I'm not wearing these pants anyways. It doesn't matter. Because they're centrist trousers. Kingdom of Conscious centrist thought. Okay. Why am I not wearing these fingerless gloves? Am I wearing other gloves? Yes. Yes, I am. +1 half white. I forget what that does. Threaten people. These are +1 electrochemistry. Okay, yeah. I remember why I'm not wearing them. Okay, there. Much better. Let's continue. The narrator's incredible. What a distinctive voice. You know? So much range. I'm gonna have to find some some kind of health item, otherwise I fear doom is in my future today. Hey, here we go. Very good.
Here we go. Nice and easy.
I found him!
No way out, little guys. Not out of this gem.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Say hello to your wife, motherfucker, from time to time.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Oh no, not Gary the crypto-fascist.
Don't worry, Gary.
Anything but Gary the
I'll handle it.
crypto-fascist. You must be Morell the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
You don't seem too happy to see the RCM.
Oh no, it's alright. I'm just busy. What's this about?
Lena sent me. She's really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken.
Okay.
We can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
I guess you're right. It really was the sign's fault. Anyway, you can go back.
Did he
now.
say we can go back now?
I did.
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Okay.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
We're going through every single one of these. I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run?
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds.
I'm delighted.
Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Jeez.
Seems puny, to be honest.
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
Twoo.
Even simply
twig.
catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
That doesn't answer the question.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Sick.
He means
sick.
asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
A crime against passion and common sense. This arouses no special feelings in me. That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the trap?
Yes,
Oh, how do the traps work?
simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
This morning in my garden, I found a big-ass wolf spider eating all the crickets in there. Which is very nice of him.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Carnivorous stick insect seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion.
You're welcome.
We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
Kim's like, that's crazy.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed.
I'm
It's clear the
fascinated.
cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
As Harry and as myself. Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morell. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Gross.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it.
Really? She cited the phasmid. She didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, You must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back to check the traps later.
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you? It's just like me to volunteer for a chore that I don't actually want to do.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Oh, I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I'm hooked.
Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine.
My partner was joking. We are on a search of our own. It wouldn't hurt to check the reeds while we're at it. I assume that's what we'll be doing?
Oh yes, officer. Very much so. The traps are all in the reeds. That is where we expect the phasmid to prowl.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
Be careful where you tread in the reeds. Some less conscientious researchers may have left their traps out there, armed, hidden.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me thick.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
Oh my god, where's my mouse?
What about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
How did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
So you're living your childhood dream out here.
It's not child's play. Just because I have to trade through the mud every so often.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
I don't. It's a profession like any other.
Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
As I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
What kind of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
So you've never discovered a cryptid? That seems rude. I'll just conclude.
Yes,
Let's talk about specific cryptids.
all right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it, since you've offered to help.
Ooh. All of them. Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught
A
one.
willow person.
Whoa.
It's a long story. One non-specialists would find rather dull.
I'm keenly interested.
Willow people? Not at all.
What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees. They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
How did you almost catch a willow person?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow, dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
And Lena's sighting of the phasmid. Is that...
Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
I know all about the kind green ape. Look, I even have a kind green ape pen.
I see you've been talking about cryptids with Lena. The kind green ape is one of her favourites.
A warm wave passes him. Of course, the kind green ape is her favorite, he thinks.
We travelled to South Safra to look for it once. Gary and I got stuck in a rainstorm though, and had to spend most of our time there in a little village. The search was fabulously unsuccessful, but the people were very nice. I'm glad they didn't understand what Gary was saying about them.
Yikes.
What? South Safra? They're just on a different rung of the ladder, Morell. I had no problem with them.
Okay.
Really? You kept complaining about how dirty everything is, but we digress.
They're a nascent culture. I just didn't feel comfortable. And let's change the topic, okay? Talk about your critters. Or whatever.
I know about the most dangerous cryptid, the gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
Living, no.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
Get out of here!
No, but we're not get out of anywhere. The dread moose is a widely reported cryptid from Arda. It subsists entirely on flesh, and has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
What does the dread moose look like?
Just like an ordinary Arden moose.
Shit, how can you tell if it's the ordinary or the dread
You
kind?
can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
I am 100% behind the dread moose. I utterly believe it exists.
Of course you do.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. But, of course, nothing satiates the skepticism of...
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question things.
Understood, Lieutenant.
I know the biggest cryptid, the giant of Coconur.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
Have you seen
I
it?
haven't had a chance to travel to Coconur. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
Yes. Sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have no time to report when a war is going on. It remains unclear what this has got to do with you seeing it, as he was inquiring before. He was just being defensive.
I know about Cryobacter catlensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one, thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time. Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nongok,
The Nongok.
a flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nongok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal. Who knows? When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the Ock hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Just tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
Enough tales then. Let's change the subject.
By all means.
Goodbye.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very
Hello.
generous of you to help us out, officer. Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Cool. Great
The
start.
lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first.
If this were Fallout, I would kill him instantly. I cannot wait to play Fallout.
I'm just waiting for my
Very
friend
much
Morell
looking
to
forward
finish
to
up
it.
with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Yeah, I'm more of a city boy too.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Which Fallout? New Vegas, I think. I haven't played New Vegas in a really long time. Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew. No, nobody's perfect. I'm sure you've been tempted to drink. That sounds like it might get a better response.
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revocol.
He pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people.
You said a Revocol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
I hate this guy.
It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
It's like calling the Civil War the War of Northern Aggression. Which I love to do, by the way. I think it's super funny to call the Civil War the War of Northern Aggression. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
Hope it happens soon. Oh yeah. Right after I finish Disco Elysium.
So you do know something about it.
I'm gonna play the fuck out of New Vegas. I didn't get 100% completion last time, but this time I'm doing every single DLC. It's gonna be
Nothing.
We're gonna be watching
He
part
was some
45.
kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange.
Oh, is it strange for a fascist to not feel comfy in his own skin?
He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You seem like the kind of guy who might have a collection of mugs like this. Home in his colonial mug collection.
How do you mean? Forgive me, officer, but we've only just
I
met.
hate this
He's
guy.
trying to avoid lying to you outright, in case you really have been to his apartment.
Replaying New Vegas still holds up if you ignore the bugs. Last time I played it was like 2017, 2018. It definitely held up then. Alright, I believe you. You seem like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer. No, I'm gonna say you're acting kind of suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it.
Oh, you meant talking to
I
Joyce.
threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have,
Yes.
and I
as soon as I
am
get back
very
up there.
sorry, officer.
Fuck this. What a fucking bootlicker, you know? Lying and then after you're being called out by it. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Oh,
You're
I
not
take more
going to
responsibility.
fine
Go fuck
me,
yourself.
are you?
I'm gonna fine you so much. You know what? It's like, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's just that I feel like every Republican right now, like every fucking chud on Twitter, so eager to just like, you know, lick Trump's toes and Elon's. It's just like it feels gross. It feels like they're making their kink my problem. Like they have like a you know those humiliation kinks where people like expose themselves in public and they get like a thrill or like fucking makes them come when everybody like freaks out about it and tells them what a fucking disgusting motherfucker they are. Like that's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. I'm gonna find this guy at 250 real.
Oh God, 250? How am I gonna pay that? Okay, I'll work harder.
Good.
I'll pay it off. I promise.
Good. Yeah, that's the fine you owe to the state for lying to an officer.
This is a considerable expense to him. 1 month's wage, most likely.
Good. He deserves it.
And I'll never do it again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Daddy's home in America deserves a spanking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Daddy's home and he's taking his belt. Go. Just stop. Stop. It's gross. You know? Keep that shit to yourself. Fuck. Don't make your kinks my problem. It's the same with trad wives. I know I'm very much on record saying that everybody should be a trad wife, especially men. But like the people I'm talking about, the people who aren't me, the people who don't enjoy gardening because it's a fun activity, or raising chickens because it's a fun activity, and you want to like get closer to your food or whatever. Like the people who make being a trad wife like a political, spiritual, you know, anti-feminist thing. Like, stop making your kinks everybody else's problem. Just like just go do your kinks in the bedroom. I thought this was what you were fucking complaining about with gay people. Fucking stop it. Oh my god, right-wingers are the most, like, sexually depraved people on the planet. For fucking real. The projection is unbelievable. Gary, did you put the clothes of the murder victim into that trash container? Don't lie!
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
And imagine, 2 girls. But because of the ravages of socialism, they must share only 1 cup. It's really satanic if you think about it. What's Jordan Peterson been up to lately? I feel like he's kind of dropped off the radar. Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
I do a couple impressions pretty well.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
How did you get into the trash container, Gary?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
As far as I know, Jordan Peterson never said that. No, he wouldn't have said that. Somebody was making a funny joke. Peterson is still on the sinking ship that is the Daily Wire. Is that the case? Has he said anything recently? Or is it another fucking medically induced coma to depart reality until he, until he feels like it's a good time to live with everybody else? I have no sympathy at all for Jordan Peterson. Go fuck himself. Hope he dies in his next coma. Was maybe a little extreme. I don't hope he dies in his next coma. I just wouldn't be sad about it if he did. Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Humans run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
What's that sound?
What sound?
That clinking, don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Friend told me Peterson actually has some good points, and I reserved the next 3 hours for a lecture. Yes, very good. It's, before he went into that first, I don't know if he was, like, transported to an alternate dimension where everything really is awful and the universe really does want you dead. But he used to be, like, fine. Just like a, sort of like mid-tier academic, not disrespected, but just a very normal guy, normal academic, who wrote a self-help book, and that's about it. If he had stayed there, it's like you never really hear. It's like Christina Hoff Sommers does not have a show on the Daily Wire. You know what I mean? I don't know how reasonable she is these days, but she didn't fucking go that direction. She's not dressing like a fucking Batman villain anymore. She never did. That's what I mean.
Every day, the wind shifts
Something
the
happened to
reeds
JP,
and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles, the smell of decay.
So maybe he's right. Maybe we should just like not trust anybody who has mental health issues except him.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
CJ the X has a video on Jordan Peterson's fashion. Excuse me. I have to look this up immediately. I'm so sorry. CJ the X Peterson. Holy shit. An hour long? Ho! Alright. I know they've been working on like a big fat Jordan Peterson video for a really long time. I can't imagine that's it. But yes, this looks incredible. Why do fascists tend to be well tailored? Because fascists tend to be rich. That's why. It really isn't any more complicated than that. They're obsessed with public image and they're rich, so they can hire a tailor. That's it. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe it more closely after this topic is concluded.
Everything CJ does is incredible. Yes. They're a really, really great writer.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
I reached out to them for
Does this mean you were in his apartment?
For my
admiring
dissertation, they
his
never responded,
colonial
which
mug collection? Perhaps it would be
is all right.
interesting
Sure,
to
they get a
tell.
lot of emails, and there's just no way to like reach out to anybody except you know, like through whatever email they have available, which is sometimes just not the email they check. Whatever. But if anybody has a more direct direct connection with CJ, I would love to speak with them. That would be super nice. Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morell with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
Am I bad for liking the weirdness / terribleness of Peterson's suits? Well, it's certainly visually interesting, isn't it? There are worse things than visual interest, you know. I find Peterson's suits less offensive than the it's not the Proud Boys who wear the Hawaiian shirts, right? I don't remember. But I think that's a super lame fashion choice. Like fascists, like low fascists, as opposed to high fascists, like last time I talked about low MAGA and high MAGA. Low fascists tend to have really bad fashion sense, predictably, because they're usually from the, like, you know, really uncultured, uneducated kind of crowd. So the decisions they come up with are just, like, baffling. Hawaiian shirts, what the fuck? Bulu boys, thank you.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Oh crap, I want to hunt spit on fascists. I assume you've got a bit of a typo there. It is difficult for me to discern what exactly you're trying to say, but I also like Hawaiian shirts. I have a Hawaiian shirt that's like really heavy in my rotation. I just think suits are so boring these days. They are. Men's fashion sucks right now. Maybe this whole like whatever kind of zeitgeist we're in will change that. It really does seem like a tipping point into something else. So maybe men's fashion will improve. We don't even have hats anymore. You know, men can't even wear a hat. Ugh.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one?
Just recently learned about sharps, and as a bald guy, I'm really glad that's being reclaimed. What is a sharp? Explain, please. Say more. They're only going to look more like Reagan-era Republicans. Yeah, in the short term for sure. But once this all passes, however it passes. Yes. Yes,
well,
I do.
This is that racist.
Our lucky racist. Nah, he's nothing compared to Measurehead.
I don't know who that is. But all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here.
Do you have a problem with sea lights?
No, no problem at all.
Thank you for your cooperation. I'm gonna save scum this.
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
I hate this motherfucker so much. Why is he shifting around like that? Damn it!
Is he?
Fuck!
He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding?
Oh, let's try again. Did he actually once slap his which son for not wearing a suit to a baseball game? That is news to me. It's ironic too because like Trump has terrible fashion himself. His ties are like Tim Walz was on, I'm sure it was MSNBC a couple weeks ago, talking about how like how stuck in the 80s Trump is, which is an excellent observation. He's completely right about that, about like his clothes, his speech, his assumptions about the geopolitical order, his assumptions about economics, like they're all just stuck in the 80s. And it's so true. His suits are way too fucking big. They almost look like zoot suits. And his ties are too fucking broad and way too fucking long. Yeah, Trump has terrible fashion sense.
Always a
To
pleasure
say nothing
see
of
an
his like
officer
hair
of
and
the
makeup
law.
and shit.
I mean, officers.
Fuck.
Is he?
Save scum Joyce. Okay. I will. Why does he kind of sound like Ben Shapiro? He's not, doesn't speak nearly fast enough to sound
Always
like
a
Ben
pleasure to see an officer of the
Shapiro.
law.
Not at all. Not at all. Let me see if I can conjure a Ben Shapiro. Always a pleasure to see the... Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
I mean, officers.
Is he?
Don Jr. in university? No.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
Fuck, man.
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
That
Thank
shirt
you.
looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
In fairness to anyone talking like Ben, he's a fun character to play. He's a very fun character to play. It's really remarkable how everybody in pretty much every fascist movement right now is just tailor-made for television. They are very, I don't, what's the word? They're like complete as characters. You look at them and you know exactly what you're looking at, you know? It's as if they were designed by somebody. Exactly the kinds of people that you would cast in a reality show.
Yes, like a piece
It
of
is
ceramic armor, for
fascinating.
example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
Let's say, hypothetically, you're Harrier Dubois. Let's say, even, you're a detective with the Revacholian militia. It's difficult because you have to be staring exactly at, like, right at the camera with your... You have to constantly be doing this with your head, like you're scolding somebody all the time with your big-ass eyebrows.
I knew you'd
oh
figure
God,
it out,
I hate them all
officer.
so much, dude.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was
Gary the crypto-fascist is really triggering
I was
me.
ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morell. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Mm. Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
Surely having human beings designing their entire personalities to be marketable on television will have no sort of culture. Yeah. Mm.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I think we've like barely scratched the surface of what audiovisual technology means for human cognition and social organization. It's like oh my god, looking back, several generations from now, like we're gonna, like this whole social media and this whole internet thing, like really begins with the standards set by turn of the 20th century mass communication and audiovisual technology. Like the idea that you can, it's like this illusion that that you can teleport, like that really is what audiovisual technology, even just audio technology, implies, that like it's a primitive teleportation device, and that implies that everything you're hearing is perfect information, or at least should be treated as perfect to sort of launder the ideology that you're, that you're putting forth. Yeah, disastrous. It's not teleportation at all. And then furthermore, it's like, with audiovisual technology in particular, it's like, we know for a fact that when you see something on TV, when you see something on screen, so anything recorded, whether it's fiction or not, you interpret it as a memory. It gets logged in your brain as a memory, not as there is no structure in the brain that is designed to categorize things as fiction and nonfiction. When you see something on screen, you log it as a memory, and you then, every single time you recall it, you have to amend whatever thought is attached to that with with the the caveat that this didn't actually happen. This was something you saw in a movie or on TV. It's not real, and that's a cognitive process that doesn't do everything we need it to do in order for audiovisual technology to participate predictably or in a way that's manageable in the kinds of social organization systems that we're used to.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. CLI officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Can easily connect the commonality of the radio and the rise of Hitler, same with social media and Trump. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's super interesting. It will upend a lot of our political philosophy, making it 7 more generations. Oh yeah. I mean, we'll be dead long before then, but there will be humans 7 generations from now, 1000%. Like, unless, what's the, unless the, like, what's that Gus Van Sant movie? Unless the Melancholia planet smashes into us, yeah, there will be humans. Don't worry. I feel like tech has brought us to a point of being effectively telepathic, and it's more awful than science fiction writers ever imagined. But if it's not telepathic, though, is it? And like even the idea, like the science fiction idea of telepathy, is kind of like based on sort of like interesting first principles, right? Because like anytime you see telepathy represented in any kind of fiction, it's like people hear thoughts as if they were said. And usually you can't do that across distances in science fiction. Usually, like, you hear the thoughts of somebody who's standing right in front of you as if they were speaking to you. And that's not at all what social media, that's not at all what any of the audiovisual technology does. It's like the telepathy that is that appears most commonly in science fiction is just hearing someone's thoughts, like hearing what people are trying to occlude from you, or what people are trying to deceive you with. And social media does something else entirely. Like it claims to be an efficient communication system across a distance. Specifically, like, distance is the operative variable there, and I don't think that's the case for telepathy. Stephen King argues that writing and reading is a primitive telepathy device. Yes, I kind of agree. There is I think it's Harold Innis is the scholar that sort of categorizes all communication technology into time biased and space biased, and like, if I'm remembering this correctly and not like mixing them up, I think it's that because it could go either way, so forgive me if I get this wrong, but time biased technology is communication technology that is let's see, I gotta look this up. I don't want to say this wrong. Time biased Harold Innis. Oops. Okay, yeah. So time biased technologies are communication technologies are technologies that are really, really focused on preservation, right? So like oral cultures are time biased cultures, that like you're passing down all this information generation through generation, and generation through generation it might, like, details might alter and things might adjust to the current conditions, but the basics stay the same. And with space biased technology is, like, as we're talking about, a primitive teleportation device where the focus of the technology is like, I'm here and you're there, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think in this moment, and it like the space between us is not gonna matter because we have this thing that instantly transmits what I'm thinking to you. But you know, that is simply not the same as teleportation. You know, it isn't. And it's like we're so obsessed with the perfect, like, achieving the perfect teleportation device and understanding these communication technologies as a step in getting there, that we're completely ignoring, you know, the actual reality of what those technologies do to us here and now in this moment, and how that might change our trajectory. And then we're all surprised when shit doesn't go as planned, you know. Rip camera. Fuck. No! I'm gonna pay more attention to the chat. I'm so sorry. I got all excited about time bias and space bias technologies. I'm so sorry. Shit. There we go. Embarrassing. There's a strain of telepathy story that's basically hearing everyone's thoughts. Yeah, that's the chaos walking model, which is pretty good. Pretty good series. The movie fucking sucks, but the books are really good. Marshall McLuhan. Marshall McLuhan is considered like the attitude in academia is that we've like kind of moved past him a little bit, that like the medium is certainly the message and that's a useful construction, but we should also consider that the message is the message. But yeah, Marshall McLuhan's great. Marshall McLuhan has an interesting sort of experimental book that's not commonly cited, or no, what is it? Oh my god, he wrote so much stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna find that. I'm gonna find that book. I'm gonna quit. There's something he co-wrote with somebody else, and it's very visually based. It's almost like a graphic novel. It's super interesting. Telepathy would be deeply personal. Yes, indeed. Social media is not really deeply personal, is it? Except for the times when it is deeply personal. It's one of the things that I'm super interested in with research, is that the way that social media social media culture constructs this environment where every single post anybody makes must be considered simultaneously the most concentrated manifestation of that person's personality and personhood, and that everything you post is representational of who you are, and also must never be taken seriously under any circumstances. It's really, really strange. Really, really strange. Yeah, instead of having cool secret conversations with my smart and gorgeous pal in the grocery store, I now have to see the random ramblings of a 57-year-old HVAC transphobe from Oklahoma tell me about how some girl he does not know got second place in a track meet. Yes, indeed. Like the opposite of social media in ways. Sorry, I was reading the okay. It was really visually based. Disco Elysium. Hey, fuck you! Okay, sorry. That was really aggressive. I was on a tangent. Please forgive me. Give me that armor.
He sighs again.
Give it back.
Hangs his head and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Ooh. Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought
Gary.
it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
This is all he knows.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
So, Gary, do you live nearby? In an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
You found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know?
Nothing. I just wanted to ask if your door's been unlocked lately. Now I have.
Is this about the Union? Did the big man open the door?
No, I did, per his request.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
Gary wasn't voiced. Whoa, that's wild.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Try not to shit yourself, Gary. It's just an open door.
What could it be about? I probably talked too loud. In the whirling. About some theories I had. Whatever it is, I'm done with it. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
Thank you for your cooperation. What a sniveling little bootlicker. Okay. We get a level up. Hmm. Release version only had 50% of the VO work that's in it now. It's wild. I can't imagine it any different. I guess it must have changed the game, you know, the experience of it. Since it would have been mostly your interior thoughts, it's kind of it's interesting. It changes the entire sort of aesthetic milieu about the whole thing. Suggestion is so low for you. Yeah, maybe suggestion would be good. I do like composure though. We'll do suggestion. Oh, I have more. We'll do composure. Do I have more? I do. Maybe. We'll do visual calculus. I like visual calculus. Unless I have one in. I do not. Yeah. Okay. Inspect the traps. I'll do that later. This vitreous enamel cuirass fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across its countless white plates. Amazingly, it fits under your coat. And also it makes pretty porcelain sounds when shaken. It looks awful. Mania of invulnerability. Borrowed confidence, thicker skin. Let's put it on. What's it look like? Ooh. Oh. Oh, that looks better than I thought it was. Interesting. All it does is slightly change how my scarf looks. Yeah, we'll keep that on. Why not?
Sounds like you're the suicide cop, with his finger on the eject button, ready to let go of this life. But guess what?
No. No, I've rediscovered my groove.
You idiot. You've got the bullet, but no gun. You've made such a big show out of it too. You feel like everyone basically expects you to do it now.
Have you played Pentiment? I'm not familiar with Pentiment. Kentucky Route Zero. What's that like? There's like a horror Appalachia game that my partner was telling me about yesterday. I completely forgot the name of. Is that what it is? I don't know. Okay.
What is this? You're not ready to die. This is garbage.
Yeah.
It would be the honorable thing to do. It would really show them. Show her, too.
Suicide Cop does have a ring to it. I should think about it, but only a little.
Oh, yes. It would be so sweet to taste the barrel once more. That sour metal. Maybe there is a way. Not yet, but stick with it. Keep going dark, and it'll finally click.
Should go interact with the payphone. All right. Ooh. What's this?
metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer,
That over there must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
We should pick
you
it up.
lift the buoy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Fallout 76 is set in Appalachia. Yep. Bugs and build up around that game was a horror show. Yeah, it really sucks. They've been doing Fallout dirty. Makes me sad. I considered playing Fallout 76 here, but nah. It looks like it's gotten better though. Examine the plastic box.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic.
Buoy.
It hasn't been in the water for very long,
I don't know
but
what
it's
the
already
narrator says.
discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
Shake it.
There's something in there, splashing around.
Sniff it.
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner, actually. Smells a little salty.
Open
A
the
shot
buoy.
glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae,
Bleh.
and nothing else.
Well, damn.
No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea.
This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the buoy anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little expedition?
In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go.
I have never played Cyberpunk 2077. No, I have not. I hear good things though.
You could ask the miss what she thinks later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
We're lucky it's still here. A little longer, it would have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
Okay, let's go away. Oh, trash. Money! Wasn't trash at all. Look how rich I am. I don't even have to pay my rent anymore. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Cyberpunk anime. You know what I watched recently and super enjoyed? I'm trying to see. My partner has come home. Delicious in Dungeon. So much fun. What a good game. Game? What a good show.
There's some tear, an empty.
Days X. Payphones are on that concrete platform there. Gotcha. Oh, is it? Oh, there it is.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset. Good
You
things
hear
about
the
raw.
tone. The machine is inoperable.
I don't. I haven't seen it. It's been on my list for a really long time, but I'm like, I'm not easily scared, but I am kind of squeamish, you know? And it's never as bad as I'm expecting, which I should probably learn from. But yeah, it's been on my list for a long time.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
No, this is not Pierre.
Do you have any news about Pierre?
I watched it. I couldn't stop smiling. I really loved it. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll move it up the list. Who is Pierre?
He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country.
I don't. No, I'm a police officer.
To hell with the police. To hell with you.
What's the worst reaction you've had to a piece of media? The worst reaction. I mean, like, the only thing I can come up with that might satisfy your question is, like, there are very, very few movies that I just think make the world a worse place to live in. And Avatar was that for me. Or at least I thought I was until Avatar 2 came out. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. It's like emblematic for me about everything that's wrong with the modern American film industry. It sucks. I hate that movie so much. So much. Yeah, I couldn't stop thinking about how much I hated that movie for a while after I saw it. Oh, but I guess like Civil War, I had a similar reaction to, obviously.
Her voice is drowned in white noise.
I didn't dislike Knock at the
Sounds
Cabin
like
as much
waves
as I thought I
washing
would.
a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects.
I have never walked out of a movie. I'm susceptible to sunk costs that way.
You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Do it again.
Calling. Still calling. Again? Seriously?
Athena. Hang on, I gotta look that up really quick. Athena is a 2022 French epic action drama film directed and co-written by Romain Gavras. Blobbity blobbity. Film, I'm sorry to tell you, Notrizol, that the film mostly received positive reviews, but was criticized for its lack of depth. That doesn't sound promising. Cool. I like a bad movie. I like bad movies that I'm not invested in. I'm you know, the reason Avatar makes me so mad and Civil War makes me so mad is because those are movies that purport to be about things that I care about, you know, and just miss the mark completely in a way that I think is really cynical and kind of disgusting, to be honest.
Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, your electricity.
Change it. Change your name. Sorry, wrong number.
Don't worry about it, buddy. Happens to all of us. You have a nice day now.
Phone hanging up.
Okay then.
Disconnect tone.
Do it again.
Calling.
Best bad movie? Like, ideologically, betrays you at the last moment. Oh, wait. Oh, I gotcha. Athena does. Sorry, you both have the same PFP. Best bad movie. I'm a fan of, what's it called? Serenity. No, is that what it's called? Oh, I have to look it up. Oh my god. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Matthew McConaughey movie. No, Serenity. It's Matthew McConaughey and what's her name? Anne Hathaway.
Oh.
And they're on a boat and they're trying to find a fish, but it's also a video game, and it's just like, it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
This is like the most ridiculous movie you've ever seen, and they take them. It takes itself so seriously. I love it.
Calling. Still calling. Still Calling.
Stop calling me, man.
What?
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
You seem to be in some sort of trouble. Maybe I can help you. I am a police officer.
The phone gets hanged up fast as lightning. All you hear is a little shuffle of nylon as the hand moves on the other end. Disconnect tone.
One more time.
Calling.
Gotta go gym. Oh, bye. Seaman heat. Farewell.
I'm tired.
Ooh.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
I'm tired too.
If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
Big Trouble in Little China is not a bad movie. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a stone cold classic.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the
Right.
handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number.
Interesting.
Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Let's do it.
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial. Then pull down on the number. Then move one up. And repeat the motion. Twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Keep dialing.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air.
More. Stardust might be a bad movie, but it's very fun. I don't think Stardust is a bad movie at all. I think it's just sincerely fun in a very uncomplicated way that some might call good.
1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling.
There's more.
Yes. 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication network.
Have you seen RRR? That film gave me hope for future blockbusters. I love RRR. I love it. I went to a screening of that at American Cinematheque when the director was in town, and at the screening, and like the entire theater was full, and like people were getting up and dancing. I love RRR because it's partially supposed, like you can tell that it was partially supposed to be a participatory experience, you know, and that's super cool. It's just like, it's so out there, it's so cartoonish, it's so sincere, and you know, the way people reacted to it, I think does give me hope. But also is like, look at where we are now, you know, where like a sort of explicitly nationalistic story of anti-colonialism is like the most popular movie of the year. You know, the director was saying in the Q&A afterwards that like he was kind of surprised how Americans reacted to it, that like he's taken that movie around the world, obviously, and everybody seems to like it, but Americans like really like it. He can't figure out why, which I thought was funny.
451.
Oh, Hundreds of
You have
Beavers is
dialed
amazing.
God
Yes,
knows how
and
many
anybody who
numbers.
hasn't seen Hundreds of
The
Beavers yet,
headset
go
has
watch it
been waiting
immediately.
silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small
Is it
ring
the
in a
Koldamama
cage
Dappa?
of distortion, far away.
Is it a
A
cryptid?
dip calling. Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world.
Ooh, what's about to happen?
Calling still. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy.
Kim.
The lieutenant is too far away to hear your yelp. The sea wind blows.
Not a call more.
Calling. 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 Calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
Oof. Am I gonna die? Hello. Mm.
Hmm. Who is this?
Fuck. I wanna die.
What?
Your voice makes me want to turn into dust.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Is that you?
Oh my god. I'm so
This
scared.
is too much. You need to recede.
A creature is a creature. I wish I was the wind.
Oh no, not this.
Oh.
What time is it?
Ugh. Your voice is so beautiful.
No, no. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
Who is this?
Dora. Who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you. To make it possible to live.
Oh yes, Rita's here. Oh well, she was.
And fight. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her.
Ooh.
Bed springs rattle.
Awkward.
Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing.
Okay, I won't.
It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise.
Ugh, this is so cringe. But it's the only option left, so I'll do it, I guess. I'm a revolutionary servant of humanity. I will free mankind and abolish the classes. I will raise the dead.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
Oh.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
I'm not drunk or high. I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you?
Oh, God.
Say nothing.
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
I want to talk about me. Who am I? You sound like you know me. Where are you? You sound like you're in another world.
I'm in Morova, sleeping.
Where are you going in 2 hours? Work?
To work.
Oh. Where?
The academy, where I work.
My job is sad and terrible. It has dead bodies in it. The academy, that sounds better than my job. I'm happy.
No response.
Yikes.
Only a sigh. The connection crackles like burning paper.
I want to talk about me. Who am I? You sound like you know me.
What do you want to talk about
Fuck.
that we haven't talked about already?
Oh my god.
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
This is very bad. This is very bad. Oh god, I don't have any charges. Someone there with you?
Yes.
I am the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man.
She does not answer anymore.
I'm gonna solve it.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
The fuck? Sorry, my someone across the street was like hauling ass down the road with a flashlight.
Run.
I hope
To
they
the
find what they're
church.
looking for.
Home. Anywhere but here. Anything but calling her again.
I truly can't afford to do this again. It may kill me. I don't want to die, so we'll leave. That was a bummer. Ask the fisher folk in the village. Maybe their leader knows something. So did we not finish that? I thought we looked around real proper like, you know? I thought we exhausted our options over there. I'd love to do the cryptozoologist stuff. I just don't remember where the traps are. Okay, here's one.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morell set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly. The reeds seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Make sure the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one.
No, you weren't.
Traps. This is the one instance you're allowed to be mean to Kim. Yeah, I don't understand what he doesn't see in this venture. What is this? My polo shirt. Looks like some Nazi shit to me. The shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder who would leave his stuff in a tear container. What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? This might be one of life's mysteries that will never be solved. It's very 80s, late 90s, isn't it? Every time I see a meme from Narcos, I'm reminded of my dad. My dad dresses precisely like and does not look unlike Pablo Escobar in that show. But the wardrobe similarity is really quite striking. They look exactly the same. That early 90s polo look really hit with the Latin American men. What's this? Money. Your task to assess trap locations. Oh my god, thank you so much. Check the trap Morell just set up in the cryptozoologist camp. Okay. I thought I was kind of near there. You've never seen a Narcos meme? That one of Pablo Escobar looking sad in different places, like sitting at the dining room table and standing in an empty pool and sitting sad on a swing. You've seen it.
This is the trap Morell just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But
Look around.
the reeds by the abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. It's good the cryptozoologists left.
Yeah, that's
This
Pablo
isn't
Escobar.
a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize.
Damn, Kim. Why can't you have any fun? Check the trap near the boathouses west of the Feld building. Excuse me. Isn't this the Feld building? Was I not just west of this? Yeah, there we go.
This trap's not too hard to spot once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Unbelievable. Why does it keep doing this? Sorry, working on it. There we go. I'm gonna move my window here so I can keep an eye on my camera. Okay, look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves. Confidentially, snowflakes cling to their shivering stems.
What's this problem summons LGBT support? You're really good at summoning technical problems. Fucking tell me about it.
When this district was booming, the reeds
I
were
was
kept
meant to
at
be
bay.
analog.
Nothing obscured
creator.
the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
Getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Came so nice. Check the trap near the canal you crossed southeast of the village. Okay. I have no idea if this will get me to where I need to go, but it is southwest of where, or southeast of where I was, so. Shit. Okay. You know, I don't know if I've ever met an asexual person. It really has nothing to do with anything. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm not saying anything about. This really is a completely neutral statement. I just don't think I've ever met an ace person. It's kind of weird, right? I don't think we're that uncommon. Where is it? No. Further south from the village. Okay. I tend not to advertise in my experience. Yeah, that seems right. Good gracious. There it is. I'm Ace. Hooray! Perfect.
It takes
Very
you a
nice to meet
moment,
you, Xenon.
but finally, you spot the last of Morell's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you.
I heard a guy say my ex became asexual and cooked.
The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either. But still.
Closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the Phasmid, but still, Morell needs to know.
We did sort of promise to tell them, didn't we?
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask the wind again?
Cool. Okay. Alrighty. We're making progress. Yeah, I see what people mean about the music. The music is really growing on me. It's starting to feel nostalgic now. Hello.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I was just on my way while I was working the case.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie,
Oh.
Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite
Can I
special.
wear it?
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the Phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you'd seen the Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear.
Lena is an
Really?
angel.
It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like
How
a living
charming.
thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Cool. Did you follow
I
it?
tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morell.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
Its limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Maybe you imagined it?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
So she couldn't have made it up or imagined it.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Kim, what do you think?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing.
You're
something.
welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
Okay. We're gonna take off all this bullshit. This too. It's +1 pain threshold. +1 inland empire and volition. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god, this whips. Yes! A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird's skull. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing, but you can't look away. Put the jacket back on. Man, I wish it would... I need a shirt. +1 drama, +1 +1 rhetoric, +1 conceptualization. Could just do the armor, I guess. Yeah. Or the t-shirt. No, but I like authority. I like having at least a little bit of authority. It helps, you know. I will miss my scarf. But I think this is a good trade. Maybe you should just keep the drama shirt. No. I'll keep the armor. Okay. Shivers? Nope. Half-light. Suggestion. Let's do... Oh, no. Let's do empathy. Yeah. Ask about Ruby in the village. Okay. I guess we forgot to do that. I was just too excited to talk to the cryptozoologists.
Oh, hello, sweetie.
Yeah. What about
I
you?
couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as
Buy some
enthusiastically
meds.
as my
Good
wife
idea.
has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, This man is itching for some news on those traps.
I checked all the traps.
Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes, there's nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
I'm sorry, where is Gary? Where is he? Is this Gary here? Whatever. Doesn't matter. No, I don't know. I'm not persuaded.
Why don't you try convincing Morell his hypothesis is invalid?
Thank you for the vote of no confidence, Gary. An officer. I appreciate your concern, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Shit, my fucking camera went out. What the fuck is going on? Why does technology hate me so much? There we go. Maybe. There we go.
Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
It hears your criticisms. Whatever, man. It has one job.
Thank you, it's an honor.
Things should
We
work.
should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed.
I'll get
As
that
though
story.
shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs?
Oh, my dear Morell. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
Obsolescence is good for the economy.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morell, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Gary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with
Gary.
him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy. He won't forget it. We'll make sure he won't.
Okay, goodbye. Oh.
You look
carries
like
over.
shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
I'm never gonna get this case solved.
You're not. I really don't believe you are.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar, but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Cool shades. Are you wearing a disguise?
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening, though. Who is this guy?
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Oh, God.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
There's something strange about this guy. Figure it out.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Do you know me from somewhere?
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
From where?
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality?
41st.
Okay. That's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good.
Let's talk more about that hypothetical station 41 you
Okay.
mentioned. Well, what would our relationship be in this alternate universe?
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment?
You seem like a little bit of a drag. No offense, but I could do better. Kim's cooler than you.
I'm sure he's fucking flattered. But Kim is not part of this thought experiment. In this one, we're partners.
What's up, Primo?
The lieutenant is silent.
You seem like a bit of a drag. No offense, but I could do better.
None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary station in regards of who'd even be worthy of your partnership. And the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit. Anyone else would just slow you down.
I like this guy's voice actor. Do you have a crime to solve?
Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Who else is in our imaginary police station?
You're not going to believe this, but police officers, yes sir, solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang.
Who is the far-out son of Lang?
Oh, it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you.
Want to tell me more about him or her?
Not even a little bit.
Shout out to the chicken gang. Yeah, they're almost ready to stay outside
It's an
forever.
urban myth about an officer who
They
is
love
so
their
far
coop. They have
undercover
so much
he
fun
can't
in there.
remember who he is.
Fuck,
As
I
say,
didn't. I
it's
never
just
brought
an
them
urban
in.
myth.
Shit.
You are not the son of Lang.
Gotta go do that after.
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by this sunglassed man. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
I can't imagine it anymore.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of compassion in that sadness.
I have questions for
About
you.
what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
Like a megastar.
Yes, a superstar cop. Of course. This again.
Now, will you answer some questions for me?
No.
Why not?
'Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things.
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on,
Fuck,
Jean.
the camera again? Unbelievable. Why? Working on it. There we go.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Drink up, baby.
Hear that?
Stay up.
He wants you to say
all
things. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
The person who we think shot him, who made it look like he was hanged, that we're looking for. We can't find her. Okay, the person who was shot and hanged. He may have been shot by the person who made it look like he was hanged. That one.
A cover-up. Well, the author of the cover-up is the perp? Makes sense.
No, right? What's the motive?
You don't have a motive? Then the double cover-up seems too neat.
Why am I telling you these things?
I don't know. Why are you?
Is this person?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom even? Strange. Who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow, bouncing those ideas off the man with sunglasses felt calming. Like you've done it before.
This is my old partner.
Oh
isn't
my
it?
god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time.
Person who we think shot him. Blah blah blah.
Well,
that one.
Where have you looked for her?
Well, we think she may be on the coast.
West of here? Tough luck. The place is ruined from the bombardment.
He literally
A lot
told
of
you who
places
he
to
is.
hide there.
Am I insane? Is that true? Like, why am I telling you?
I
these
don't
things?
know. Why are you? Oh
Ugh.
my god, there's more. You want something more?
Okay,
Watch out
bye.
for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
I recognize your
Oh,
voice.
really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently when I called in to report it missing. You were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
Maybe. I have a bit of memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right?
I know. Super weird.
There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still,
I should just ask him if we're from
yes,
the same station.
just cross it off the list. It's probably not true, though.
It's 1000% true.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Are we from the same police
I'm
station?
going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say?
Okay.
Okay?
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again.
Yes?
What about you?
What is it?
You have a blue uniform and mine is black. What does this mean?
It means I'm a patrol officer, sir.
What was with that, sir?
You called me Sir. Why?
Well, I guess
Cut the shit. Every second you stand here running your mouth, the case grows colder.
Are you with him?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Nothing, just
The
wondering.
sooner you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home.
Something is really bugging me. Are we or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
Did you hear that? Did you hear me sing? Did you like it?
That was pretty good, Harry. Wasn't it, Jean?
Whoa, how does she know your name? She probably heard it from somewhere. You have to be more careful, karaoke star. Names are dangerous.
Huh, that was... Yeah, that was absolute shit, if you want my opinion. Drunken shit. Haven't wanted anything to end this badly since I had cluster headaches. Horrible. Truly horrible. I beg of you, don't ever subject anyone to this torture again. I mean, seriously, you need to...
Jean, it's not right. Don't make it worse. And I really liked it.
She actually did.
Just call me Harry.
Yes, I called you by your name. What about it?
How do you know my name?
God, everybody knows your name. Please go finish your investigation so everyone can go home.
Okay, bye-bye. Jeez. Oh yeah, we still need to talk to Gary.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
Yes, the fighting words. Got it. What do you got against Fallout? I don't believe you. That's cap. Everybody loves Fallout.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That ruby of yours?
Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and ruby-centric in the end.
What do you mean?
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
Yes, many things apparently. The bullet didn't have to come from the roof, it could have come from anywhere on the coast.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window.
The footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the Odd Souls prints in the crime scene.
No, they didn't.
So far, no one has mentioned hearing the shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy
That's
and his boys
interesting.
didn't mention it. Neither did you.
Okay.
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
It's true, the voices in my head are compromised. They're not to be trusted. Just Mindhunter all over again. What a good show. What a shame we don't get any more Mindhunter for us, thanks.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol.
Again,
No,
I'm obliged
no,
to
no, no,
inform
no.
you that both alcohol and cigarettes.
No. That's not what I need.
A small cabinet on the wall is
There
filled
we
with
go.
various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Drew means
Okay,
these.
here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
And a nose.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Okay. Could ask Kuno about the empty trap and go talk to Joyce and then call it, I think. I pulled up the Dahmer show once. I got about 20 seconds in and was like, nah, fuck this. I'll watch something else. I can't stand how many titles that show has. You know? Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, killer, something. It's silly. Here's an okay show, but like, I think in a few years it's gonna. I mean, already it seems like kind of bad taste. You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts, would you?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about books.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Mid Elysium review of the game so far. Oh, I feel like I said all my thoughts like as soon as I hopped on here. That like, I love it. It's great. I love how literary it is. I went on a whole spiel about you know, how the modern entertainment industry in all sectors is so obsessed with immersion and seems to think that the only way something can be immersive is if you are physically in the space feeling all the things that like somebody on a, you know, in a story would be feeling, which is stupid. That's not what art is for. You know, like the point of art is not to like give you the precise experience of the characters you're following. That's dumb. Like there's a layer of remove there, and the layer of remove is what makes it art and not just trauma. Yeah, it's a great game. I love it. 9 out of 10. When's the next vid coming? Working on it. Okay. I've got a lot going on, but I do have like about 12 pages of notes about Final Destination that I just need to organize into something presentable. I got really, really into it for about a week. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a crowd pleaser. Okay. What's this about?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up. Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City? AKA the City of Rage.
Immersion as realism is dumb. A depiction of the experience and what is true about feeling and being in that situation is completely different. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. Sounds like art.
Please mention 9/11 effect on Final Destination in the movie industry. Yes, I may. I may indeed. Kuno, is this about Rage City?
Oh God, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame. Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack. The one with the pig's head.
I will.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
What are these? Okay. Locust!
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack
God.
has been shaped into mounds
Is it
of
overheating?
mud, dotted with
What's
little
going on?
holes for windows.
Fucking gay ass camera, am I right? It's just because of the bars. People just dropping in. I love the gays. Half a gay myself.
Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Stop being so sarcastic, kid.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress here.
When someone says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
Do you think the Insulindian phasmid is nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The phasmid doesn't exist. But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid is impairing your judgment.
We should talk to Kuno about this. Get him to stop.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I know you took the locust from the traps the cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah.
You little
Kuno
shit.
took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you go build a whole bug town.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Poetic.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the Night City he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
So that in there is Night City?
Yeah, Locust City. City of rage. City of lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching
That's
from
dying of cringe.
discomfort.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno Kuno.
Did I hear you right? You said I.
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno says whatever the fuck he wants. There are no rules here, pig. I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I wanna. Kuno's free. Kuno's free to fucking die, bitch.
This is what he sometimes does when things get tense.
That's cool. That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
Me and Kuno have discussed this. I promised I won't do that.
I don't believe you.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Okay. What does the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
Stop taking locusts from the traps.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
Okay.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Insulindian phasmid.
He recognizes the name.
Do you know what that is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Okay. Well, I gotta go report the news, obviously. I'm watching Evangelion right now. I do gotta watch it.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
I had a chat with this kid Kuno. He's promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So he was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone.
Jeez.
A hidden worry. Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid, or the missing locusts. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Oh no. No. No.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
Damn it. Maybe I can still restock the trap for you. We've come too far to quit. I'm gonna restock the trap. Let's do this. Accept enthusiastically.
We're getting really carried away with this, aren't we?
Yes.
Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
What Morell means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide
Oh,
right
boy.
down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but
Okay, bye. Okay, let's go talk to Joyce. The bookshelf is finally organized. I assure you it's not. We've still got about a third of the living room bookshelf to build, and then once that's done, I need to take all the books off all the shelves. I need to flip my desk and the computer and those bookshelves so they're on opposite walls, because we can't have all the books on the same wall because the floor is sagging. And then I will organize it properly. I can't wait. It's one of the most satisfying things to do. Oh god, there's no more Joyce. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Okay. Hmm. 9 years in your house, you haven't organized your bookshelves? My friend, that's one of the great joys in life. I have a feeling that once my bookshelves are organized, I'll be cranking out those videos. Jesus Christ. Wall to ceiling bookshelves with piled books at the front is not helping with the bread tuber allegations. Are there allegations? Is BreadTube over yet, officially? BreadTube figures heavily into my research. I'm sure no one is surprised. And this is the empty one, right? Yes, I'm the one making the allegations, I see.
The trap stands empty amongst the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' melancholy rustling.
This was the one.
Fantastic.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good. Now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Okay, let's go find Joyce. Doop 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 doop. Urgh. How many places could she be? Examine the Feld building. Will that help me find Joyce? It's quite literally so easy. Yeah, fuck you, Hampton. You do it then.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical
This is where the little kid
R&D.
with the toy was, and the twins?
A slogan used to intertwine
right.
with
Yeah, I already did this. Jesus Christ. We gotta find out what's, This has never been a problem before. This camera thing. I don't know what to do about it. Maybe it'll fix itself next time, like my mouse. Yeah, pretty gay stream tonight. Super gay. Oh my god. Oh, everything is just junk. It's so hard to get your bearings on this map. Jesus Christ. Southeast. Okay. I don't want to talk about it. There we go. We got there.
I'll just keep the Cordelechi in the channel, if that's okay.
Fuck you.
It's too shallow near the pier. Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Hello.
Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
Thoughts on the dire wolf? We discussed this a little bit last time. It's not a fucking dire wolf. This is like pretty good representation of the kind of junk science that you know, the only kind of thing that's allowed right now, I guess, where it's like, we've made this beast that's just a wolf. It's bigger though, and it's white. It looks like maybe something like what dire wolves may have looked like. Why are we doing this? We don't have anything more important to do. And it's like, it was like it was a biomedical research company, correct? You know, far be it from me to shit on anyone's experiment, like, but you know, follow your heart, scientists, do whatever you want, but that's not a dire wolf. And we need to stop calling it a dire wolf, because it's not.
that. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Is that the same company that made the fuzzy mouse? So have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation.
Jeez.
I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here.
And it's like, it has nothing to do with any actual conservation efforts, you know? And it's like only superficially a de-extinction. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! It's only superficially a de-extinction effort, because it's not actually bringing back the animal itself. It's just, you know, adjusting some other animal to something that seems a little bit more like what we imagine the animal may have been like. It's stupid. Jesus. I'm gonna have to hop off here in a second. I think my camera just can't stand it. Yeah, it's dumb. I don't see the use. You know, all it is a novelty. What a thing to sink millions and millions of dollars into. You know, that's what we do now. I guess we just sink millions and millions of dollars into frivolities to pretend like we don't have any actual problems on Earth. It's pretty sick, to be honest.
Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordelate she read. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there? I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
I do not think that the plural of Pegasus is Pegasi, because Pegasus is a Greek word. And the plural I is Roman root, I think.
Alright. Politics time. Let's react.
The place is doomed either way.
Maybe.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The fishing village?
No. They're in Celindian, Isola.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day.
No, say it with your chest, no Truzal. Save a cowboy
How can I assist you in this new location?
Perfect. Tell me now.
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
Why can't Pegasus be both the noun and plural noun too? I guess it can if you really, really believe, you know?
This story she will tell
Say what
only
you want.
before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit.
Alright. Well, I don't have any other options, so I guess that's all. I thought that'd be more eventful, but I guess not. Okay. Let's see. Restock the trap now. Report to Lena in the whirling. Okay. Can pursue Ruby next time also. And determine where the shot came from. Oh, you talk to his cell again, I guess. And we haven't found the smoker on the balcony. Excuse me. What do I have here? Why did it give me a notification? Oh well. All right. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimactic ending. I was hoping. Oh, Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. I was hoping for a save scum opportunity, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Next time, I suppose. Okay. I'll be back Wednesday. Wednesday? I'll be back Monday to continue. I've got a friend coming from out of town. From Ukraine, actually. So, everybody pray she makes it through customs. And I can't remember what day she's leaving, but if she's leaving Monday, I'll be here Monday. And if not, then I may move to the next stream date, but I'll do 2 next week anyway. Are you in the camp of Joyce is hot? I do not think Joyce is hot, no. It doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid. There's a term called hypercorrection, which is when something becomes correct because we just use it a bunch, and octopi is a hypercorrection of octopuses. I knew that. It is not octopi. But I refuse to say cacti. Cactuses. Seems better. So that's the hypercorrection I choose. Alright. Choice is so commanding, I see. Okay. See everybody next week. She never showed us the chicks. They're outside. They're hard to get now. Stream, thank you, streamer. Thank you for being here. Thanks for chatting. All right. Bye-bye.